Buddy, just wanted to welcome you to my new channel, Winds of Change. This is a new channel that I've actually morphed my old channel, which was Presumed Guilty. And what's interesting about it is the Winds of Change was actually one of the final chapters on my Presumed Guilty channel. And that channel was kind of closure for me for the situation that developed 7 years ago that resulted in me going through everything I went through for the past 7 years and eventually ending up here on YouTube. What's interesting is it was the last chapter of my adventure when all this first happened, and it sat until I produced the Living in a Van series. Then I created the Presumed Guilty channel to close things out. Well, it's been nearly a year since the Presumed Guilty channel went out, and I've decided to close that channel down because I think I'm at the point of closure. And what's interesting is I'm actually replacing that channel with this one, Winds of Change, which is actually the last chapter, official chapter, that occurred. Now, that hadn't been planned, but somehow things like this just kind of work itself out. Anyhow, this channel I'm hoping will be an upbeat channel. It's for those of you who would like to get to know me better. Those of you who have been following me and came here from the Living in a Van YouTube channel, welcome, and thank you for joining me here. This channel will give you an opportunity to see me not just as a van dweller or the homeless father struggling to try to get his life back in order, but just as a friend. A lot of you have reached out to me and have behaved not as just simple viewers, but as friends. So I'm kind of creating this channel for friends who would like to get to know me better, to share with you my life, things that have happened to me before, things that are happening right now, and just general interest things about me and my life. Just to give you a little bit of a preview as to what's coming up on this channel, I'll be doing a biography almost about my life, just to show you, where I was born, how I came to be how I am. Because a lot of people have, expressed an interest in my philosophies and stuff like that. And I think the reason for that is because I'm kind of mixed between Western and Eastern philosophies. I was, born in Thailand back in 1966 and lived there until I was 7 before my family immigrated to the United States. So even though I'm fairly Americanized, I still have some Thai values which I'll share with you. And it might help to explain to the followers of the Living in a Van channel why I behave like I do, even though sometimes it doesn't seem to make sense and it looks like I'm making poor decisions or poor choices. But it has to do with cultural background and my own personal background. So hopefully by coming to this channel, you can see more about that and learn a little bit more about me. And it might help you to better understand why I make the decisions that I do. But even if not that, I'm hoping to share with you some really funny stories about my life that have nothing to do with all the craziness of the court, the custody battle, the issues going on right now with visitation of my children, or even me becoming a homeless vet living in a van. But it has to do with stories that I share with my friends. So I want to thank you all for joining me, and hopefully you'll find these stories funny, if not interesting.